four basic functions of government. I'm going to simplify it and then I'm going to sit down. Are fire, police, get the water in, and get the waste out. I use different words when I talk to different groups. That's the main function. That's the main function of government, and we stray far. Parks isn't one of them. I'm a senior citizen. I don't need to learn how to make ashtrays or have a swimming pool or have libraries that are below the importance of police and fire. And so we are now on Measure L, and if any of you read the Lodi Sentinel, there was a headline 2 or 3 days ago that said, Measure L committee has problems with where the money is going. So that'll be an issue for the future, but I'm going to have fun with it. Thank you for the time. Oh, any questions? Any questions from anybody but Carla? Oh, the only hands is up.
So the EAC meeting is February 5th.
February 5th. I had
Here already.
16. No, that's something else. Okay. Yeah, that's how important it is. I don't even have the date.
6 o'clock.
Anyone but my wife. Yes, yeah. Oh, yes. On a side note, when we're done with this subject, I'll make it on a quick announcement. Irene Castillo. Yes.
Only isn't Rickman pretty good to work with, generally speaking?
Yes.
Yes, but he's got his last year.
Yeah.
He's former sergeant, CHP, so he's law enforcement also. So he's there, I think he's the only ally he has, a good ally. Anyone else? Any questions? Okay, just to notice, there was a lady, when I first moved from Algrove to run for Congress, gosh, it seems like it was many moons ago. When you're part Indian, you could say moons. And I met one lady. I went with my wife, and I said, wow, look at this organization, Latinas United Republican Federation of Women. Let's go try to get their endorsement. So we went, and I went to the meeting, and I said, because everybody loves my wife, I said, if you support me, you get her also. So when the meeting was over, she walked outside with me, and she said, looks like a good candidate, but don't use that. You get my wife also. Okay. I said, what? I thought, who the hell are you? And she said, that's what Clinton did. That's what Clinton did with Hillary. And I said, oh, okay, I'll never use that again. But anyway, on a serious note, this lady was so involved and so engaged in life that she passed away. And we're going to have a memorial service for her. And is the date, honey, do you have the date? February 21st, is that someone has the date? But we're going to have a memorial service, we're going to set something up, and we'll make a formal announcement and get the word out. So.
It's February 21st at the Lodi Church down on
It's an LDS
El
church.
Dorado.
Yeah, we'll get the exact details for folks. Anything else? Thank you.
I'm not a candidate. But I just want to, I feel I need to make some clarification on my my politics thing. It's not meant for anybody in this room. Everybody in this room that I know is a Christian who is fully engaged, and it's also not from my pastor from the pulpit. It's very clear by all of the opportunities that they give us, to be involved. But I think I just need to give a little testimony. When I first got engaged, I was one of those Christians. For you to have told me that I was going to be involved in politics 5 years ago, I would have laughed in your face. And I would have said, no, I'm going to have a Bible study, and I'm going to do all of these things. Not that Bible studies are bad. Bible studies are good. I do Bible studies. But what I've learned by the resistance in the sphere of influence that I have, not really here, or that I desire to have, is that overall in America, Christians have been conditioned. We're not talking about 2 years, I'm talking about 50 years. Christians have been conditioned to not be involved in politics, and they have a predetermined idea of what politics is. And if we're going to get them out to vote, if we're going to get them involved, we have to change that mindset somehow. So we have to meet them on that level and help them to see that being a Christian involved, maybe it's just voting for some people. It doesn't have to be running for office or whatever. So that's my heart, that's my passion, and it's not because I got up one morning and said I want to do this. It's because it's been birthed in me, and it's just been birthed in me over the last few years. And so it's not gotten any wetter. It's only gotten hotter. So it must be God. That's all I can say. That's for sure. All right.
Good announcement. Will Smith with Chad Bianco for governor. We're going to have a fundraiser for him at the Florida Lieutenant Bocce Club. It's going to be on May 23rd. It's going to be a Texas barbecue. I think we're going to do some skeet shooting while we're out there at the same time. It's going to be a big event. I'll have flyers for everybody.
Good.
May 23rd.
All right, let's move on through the agenda. We're getting kind of late here. Apologies for that. Old business, obviously we want to recruit and support candidates. We want to see it be publicly named by every position that comes up for election. We should not have that vacant. Other things, voter ID initiative and the initiative to save Prop 13. I did bring those. If anybody hasn't signed them yet, sign them, because we got to get them in this week. We're going to mail them within this week, this batch. And because they've got to be in, I think, by February, first week of February. So we're going to mail them this week. On new business, we're going to have an expedited endorsing convention for AD9. We're going to have an endorsing convention for Mr. Shoemaker. And that involves the units for Sacramento, San Joaquin County, and Stanislaus. So if anybody's interested in attending that, we'll have information, but it's probably going to just be one person from each of those units voting on that. And then the next item is CRA and JBS is coordinating again for the essay contest, and Greg.
Can we talk about that?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So we are going to sponsor an essay contest again for the second year. And this is going to be on the Declaration of Independence, a Christian document. It's for high schoolers, elementary, 7th and 8th, middle school, and then 6th grade and under. We'll have prizes for each category. I think we had a good reception last year, and we'd like to build upon that. There are a number of Christian ideas in the Declaration of Independence. The beginning of the Declaration talks about the laws of nature, and nature is God, natural law, and biblical law. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created, not evolved, they're created equal, and they're endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And the purpose of government is to protect those rights. We need to educate our candidates and our elected officials that that's the purpose of government, to protect our God-given rights. Also to be a terror against evil. Not on the side of evil, to be a terror against evil. So it's a real opportunity, and it coincides with the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, 1776 to 2026. What an amazing history we have. So I need help from everyone to get this out. We're going to be contacting Christian schools, home schools, and even public schools. So I have a teacher right here, Arnie, our good friend Arnie. If your students, you have 4th graders, don't you?
I do.
If they want to participate, We want to encourage them to participate. I know my daughter encouraged her fourth graders to participate. And that's what it takes. It takes parents and teachers to encourage their students to participate because they don't just naturally want to do this. Talk to Elisha, it's a challenge. So we want to promote this, and the main idea behind this is to get students thinking about these ideas, the Christian foundation of our nation, the biblical ideas behind these documents. That's really the purpose of it. So we'll be doing that. The submission will be, the deadline I think is April the 20th. Elisha, you have some packets there. If you could hand those out, maybe pass one out in each row. John, your son, I think he won or got second place last year. So we have that going. I wanted to say that. I also wanted to say that we also provide the resources for the contest. So as part of the packet, we list 3 articles that can be obtained online. One is by Stephen McDowell on the Christian ideas in the Declaration of Independence. Another one is the laws of nature and nature's God in the Declaration. And the other one is 6 biblical principles embodied in the Declaration of Independence. So the students have the resources at their hand. They can easily be accessed online. And I just wanted to mention too, as an aside, Jim, we talked about getting those signatures to qualify the Voter ID Act, and then also to strengthen Prop 13 to make it more difficult for cities and local governments to raise taxes. Alex and I have been gathering signatures. We went out the last 2 Saturdays at Costco, and I think a lot of the people out there appreciated that. And we not only got signatures on our petitions, we also got a number of email addresses for CRA to build up our mailing list. So I think just getting out there, engaging the general public, carrying and flying our banners, people appreciate that. So we're going to continue to do that. I think we can segue. Go ahead, Alex. I don't know how you do it, Alex, but you're amazing.
Everyone flies on the airplane goes somewhere. They got to check in to the ticket counter. You have to have ID. Not only that, when you purchase your airline ticket online, you have to input your ID information. You go to the TSA line, you have to show your ID.
I think you even need an idea to attend the Democratic National Convention.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Thank you guys. Hey, Greg. I just want.
Yeah, you have some questions? Go ahead.
So
Carla?
it's on the JBS website, the
Yeah.
contest is?
No, it's not by the JBS National Organization, just our local chapter, local Illinois chapter.
CRA website.
It's on this. Yeah.
I will have it on the SJR CRA website. We'll get there. We're just perfecting it. So, any other questions, Tony?
Yeah, I just wanted, when we drove by and we honked, and Alex was yelling in the bullhorn, he said, "You have to have ID to get into Costco."
Yeah, you do.
You sure do.
Well, it's all part of election integrity, so, okay. Thank you.
All right, that's what we do as an organization. Thank you too for doing that. And everybody does their part. I encourage everybody to just sign up for when things come up, like Almond Blossom Festival, anything like that you can get out there. CRA Vision, we had our executive board meeting, and these are the things that we're going to focus on for 2026. Some of them are holdovers from last year, but that's okay. Number 1, motivate and engage pastors and Christians to register and to vote. We're going to be drafting a letter to the pastors. We're also going to ask Brian Deacons of the Pacific Justice Institute come host a pastor luncheon to educate pastors on what they can and cannot legally do politically. Because I think a lot of pastors just don't know. I think they're afraid to get into trouble. Number 2, we're going to continue the fight to remove pornography from schools. Number 3, we may do a Freedom Fest. We have to have a some type of an event to promote our organization. And the Freedom Fest we did a couple of years ago was a very good success, so we're going to attempt to do that again this year. We're going to host a candidate forum once we get the candidates settled down, so you'll know what they stand for, who they are, and how to vote. We're going to continue to recruit and educate candidates for all elected positions, like I mentioned earlier. We're going to create voter guides, number 6, number 7. We may talk about hosting the CRA State Convention. I was just contacted today that they want to do the state convention up north next year, and they asked if we may be interested in doing that. That's one of the larger organizations up here, so I said we'll consider it. Number 8, get working committees going to help accomplish more. All of these things take time, and all these things take people. So we are going to get committees together. If we're going to do a state CRA convention, 300 or 400 people coming, that's going to be a big job. So we're going to need people to help on that. So we're going to be pushing the committees hard early in this year, and hopefully they'll cooperate with us on that. On the announcements, they're all listed on your agenda there. We've got on February 16th is the town hall meeting right here at HBC, and Carla went over that. The 19th through the 22nd is the Ripon Almond Blossom Festival, and that's being put on by the San Joaquin Republican Central Committee. We're going to be involved in that because we'll have our information there too. So we need volunteers on that. What you'll see on your sign-in sheet, there's 2 columns. One that says Ripon Almond Blossom Festival is too long, so it just says RABF. If you're interested in volunteering, just put a check mark by your name or your name there. On February 20th, there's going to be an RCC statewide candidate dinner and mixer, and there's a flyer back there you can look at. That is going to have Evie Lynch, who's also running for lieutenant governor, Sonia Shaw as state superintendent, and Stacy Gorst-Arden is running for insurance commissioner. So that's going to be helping them. On the 21st is the state CRA convention down in Anaheim at the Hilton Anaheim. That's going to elect our state officers, endorse state candidates, and the speakers are pretty good. We've got Steve Hilton, Chad Bianco, and Ben Berquam. And I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Ben Berquam, but he is an independent reporter. He was really big at the borders last year when all the borders were open, but he's going to be a speaker too.
John has a question.
I also have E.B. Lynch's in lieu of forms.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to be kind of, she's a spirit-filled believer, and I talked to her forms. I know Jim and Jim have both signed them already, so.
What he said, if you didn't hear it, he's got E.B. Lynch's endorsement or the nomination paperwork that you can help sign her so she can save some money on those fees. Okay, then March 16th, we got the California March for Life. And again, if you want to join us, sign up. There's a check mark on there that says walk. Just put a check there. And usually we get a group from CRA, some from our church, and we usually take our van up there. Thank you, Pastor Ed. And, so if you want to go with us on the van, it's actually quite fun. Sign up. And that's it for me. Anybody have any final thing besides Mr. Shu? Yes, sir.
Hey, you know, it's a state convention on the 21st. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on that day. The other big point is CRA is going to be celebrating its 90th anniversary. And you got to all understand this unit was a founding unit 90 years ago of the CRA state. So that's something else that's kind of pretty amazing.
Were you on the founding board?
That's good. All right. Any other announcements from the floor?
I look pretty good for that.
So,